So I've had a lot of jobs in my life, businesses I basically started, businesses that basically failed, but I can tell you one thing, man, I learned a lot of life lessons working a 9-to-5 job. I always say this, okay? If you want to find out what you want to do with your life, spend some time doing something you know you hate. And when you actually do that, there are a lot of valuable lessons you can actually learn. And that's what actually happened to me. Working those 5 9-to-5 jobs I basically had in my entire life taught me more than any business, than any book, just lessons that are basically in me now. They're in me. So in this video, I'm gonna share them with you and hopefully you actually learn something. It helps you too. And this way, maybe you don't have to go through everything I went through to actually learn what I actually learned. Now, do me a favor and smash the like button. I really appreciate it a ton and helps out with the channel. And let's get right into it with the first lesson. Lesson number 1, guys, is this, okay? 9-to-5 jobs do not get rewarded by your results or how good you actually are at the job or that you're better than your coworkers. Here's what I mean, okay? I had a few data entry jobs in my life where basically all you do is enter data that you have in print and put it into a computer database. So one of these jobs was at my college, input in, for example, Fasfa information into the Fasfa database. Sounds fancy, but in reality, pretty much just like copy and paste, okay? And I could basically do 2 to 3 times more work that my coworker can in like the day. And guess what? We were getting paid the same $8 an hour. Yes, back then I was getting paid $8 an hour for that job. And then I had another one where it was the same story. I could do double or triple what my coworkers could, but I was still getting paid the same $13 an hour. That's when I realized, okay, there are 2 things I could do here. One is I lower the amount of work I do and I basically just start doing the basic stuff just like everyone else's, or 2, I still perform and do the best job possible. The answer is, at my first job, I did I'm just gonna do what my coworker does, be lazy, and just basically pass time. I did that. I didn't get fired, by the way, but something happened to me. It changed the way I am in a way because I was able, knowing I can do better, I wasn't trying to do better because I wasn't being rewarded for it. But doing a good job says a lot more about you than it does about the company or your boss. And guess what happened, okay? My second job, I did the best job possible. And then those people wanted to basically hire me full time, but I didn't take the job for other reasons. Now, the whole idea is get used to that. Get used to not being paid what you're actually worth and basically for a time being. I'm not telling you to do that permanently, okay? Now, am I telling you to stay at a job that does not pay you what you're worth? The answer is no, I'm not telling you that. But I'm also telling you this. If you work at McDonald's and you're able to flip 20 patties, guess what? You're not going to be paid more money. If you do data entry and you're able to put in more numbers in there than anyone else, you're not usually gonna pay more money, okay? Because certain jobs are capped at a certain earning point. So do the best job you possibly can, but then figure out a way to bounce and get more money somewhere else and take that same work ethic with you, because work ethic does depreciate, okay? Depreciate basically just goes down. If you're doing terrible work and you get used to that and being lazy, you're gonna become a lazy person and you don't wanna do that. So do great work knowing that 9-to-5 jobs don't value that overall, but it says a lot about your character. Now, lesson number 2 that I actually learned, guys, is job security is not real. I'm like an old person, gotta wear glasses, and I don't want to wear them because all the lights, let me know if they distract you or not. If they do, I won't wear them, but if they don't, I'm gonna wear them because I just can't see without them, okay? But here's what I mean. Job security is not a real thing. I had a guy, his name was Bob, there for like 15 years. There was also this girl, you know, beautiful girl. Her name was Lena. I'm making up names, by the way, but these are real people. Lena, and she was like the receptionist, and everyone that came in got a great reception from her and was just greeted, and this girl was beautiful. And then you had, for example, Kyla. I thought Kyla was gonna take over because she was so good at her job, everyone liked her, and I was like, probably she's going to be next in line to take the boss, okay? All of them got fired. That's what happened. Job security doesn't care if you're pretty. if you've been there for years or if you do a great job. And that's what I learned. So the lesson here is, don't think your job is gonna give you some form of security. And I basically reacted to that by saying, I'm always gonna have an emergency fund. I'm always gonna have extra sources of income. So this way I'm not reliant on a job to take care of me. Super important. Now, the third lesson that I actually learned by working a 9-to-5 job, guys, was value your time over money. And here's what I mean by that, okay? You might think, Tommy, well, you're working a 9-to-5 job. You don't really value your time, but there's a lot that goes into a lot of jobs. So at a certain time in my life, I could only really get a job that was like 2 hours away. 2 hours to go, 2 hours to come back. And it was 8 hours at the office, okay? It was like a 12-hour day overall. And then I had to go to sleep, right? So that's an extra 8 hours. It's like a 20-hour workday when I think about it. And I had no time for anything. And you really have to value your time. So what I learned is this, guys, okay? Even though I can make more money somewhere else, if it's costing me a lot of time, I'm not gonna do it. Now, you could probably do that for like a short point in time, something like that. But when you think about it, your time is more valuable than money. Because you could always get more money, but you can't always get more time. So these days, if I'm able to get a job that pays me $15 an hour and is closer to me, and one is like 20 bucks and it's like an hour away, I'm taking the 15 bucks an hour, because guess what? There's also a lot of costs associated with that job that's so far away. You have the gas, you have the car you have, you have the clothes, you have the time you're spending on the actual commute. There's so much into it that when you actually put it into the cost of having that job, usually it's costing you way more money, and you can make more money like on a dollar base when it comes to just having a closer job in your area. Now, lesson number 4 that I actually learned, guys, is business is business. So ask for a raise, and it's going to be based on your performance. You know, for a very long time, guys, I'm going to share this with you guys. I would go into a job interview and I would never ask how much it was paying. I would never ask really much anything. I would just basically feel lucky to get the job. And if there was a raise that they basically decided to give, I would be like, great, we got a raise. It was almost like I'm desperate and I'm thirsty, and these are the people that have the water and have what I basically need. But what I learned with time is that there are a lot of jobs, and I mean a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunities. And guess what? It is very hard to find a good employee. So guess what? It's also on you to say, hey, how much does this job pay? Based on the market rate, okay? I know this job, you know, a person with my experience for a job like this, with these responsibilities, I'm not supposed to get paid 15 bucks an hour. It's supposed to be 20. Negotiate that, okay? And don't just feel lucky to get the job. Feel like I'm lucky to get the job, yes, but you're also lucky to actually get me. The point is, do not be desperate. Do not be afraid to leave a job. Do not be afraid to change jobs. Do not be afraid to renegotiate, and do not be afraid to enter into a deal with your boss where you say, "Hey, I want to track my performance here." If you're trying to do the best job possible and your performance is there and they're able to see it and you ask for a raise, you're supposed to get it. But if you're in a company and there is no room to grow at all as far as like your income wise, okay? You could be okay with that, by the way, fine. But if there's another company that's paying you more money, then you go over there. What I learned about money is that jobs, they're not favors. They're not like, oh, you're my friend. If you're my friend, whether I have the job or I don't have the job, we're still gonna be friends, you know? So when it comes to jobs, I'm trying to do the best job possible to get the most money possible, because I'm trying to value my time, and I don't want to spend time somewhere where I could be making more money per my time, you see, because that's the whole idea, guys, okay? Now, lesson number 5, guys, and the last lesson I actually learned is 9 to 5 jobs can be careers, they can be building blocks, or they could actually be traps, you know? I had a friend, his name was, let's call him Jim, okay? And I was always worried about Jim. Jim was so focused on college, just basically graduating and a job, basically keeping it. And he was always just like this very fixated person, you know? He didn't want to get fired. He didn't want to search for other jobs. He was just like all about his business. I don't know what actually happened to Jim. Last I heard, he became like a financial advisor, I think it was. And good for him, maybe, if that's what actually happened. But when it comes to a job could literally be a career. It's fine. If you want to work a 9-to-5 job, that's fine. The average millionaire has a 9-to-5 job, believe it or not, okay? But a 9-to-5 job could also be a building block, like it was for me. Yes, I had those long commutes. I had those issues where I wasn't really being valued in a sense, okay? It wasn't really being valued. It's just that that's what those jobs basically paid, all right? But guess what? Those jobs gave me money. I used that money to build my business, to make more money, and it was a building block for me. But then there are people out there that their jobs become basically like traps. They get a job, everything's fine. They get a car, get in debt. They get a house, get in debt. And now they're so reliant on this job to take care of everything for them. And that's what you actually want to avoid. That's a scary thing, you know? When your whole life is just about this job, where if you actually get fired, you're done for. So you want to be very careful with that, guys, okay? But I don't have an issue for people that work 9-to-5 jobs, that like them and choose to keep working there. It's not my issue. But I do think that every single person that has a 9-to-5 job or has a business, their overall goal should get to a point where they no longer have to work for money, where the passive income can cover all their necessities. That way, if you're working, it's because you want to, but you're not working because you actually need the money like crazy. You should be building up to that not being your case. Guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel and peace.